All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Detailing with Chad. This is going to be the 1 month update on, or the 2 month update, I'm sorry, on the Jeep Cherokee with the Turtle Wax versus Griots ceramic spray coatings. Both similar on the market. Both go on pretty similar, same process. So we're just testing out, see which one's more lasts longer, more durable. We put it on the car a couple different ways. Remember, both back doors of the Jeep are Turtle Wax, the ceramic spray coating, and then on the front two doors is Griots 3-in-1, and then on the hood, the passenger side is Griots, the driver side is Turtle Wax. The passenger side of the Jeep was only washed and then the products put on, not much prep work. And then the passenger side of the Jeep was washed, cleaned, polished, and then wiped down with some wax and tar remover, and these were put on it. So in theory, those should last a lot longer. They've been really close here lately. And as you can see, I have a whole new detailing cabinet that I built, or I'm in the process of building. If you'd like to see that video, it will be on my other channel called Little C Garage. So if you would, you can check that channel out. That'll be coming out in a couple weeks. And that being said, let's get to the Jeep and let's get started. Oh, and by the way, if you could, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And yeah, let's go. All right, so you can see the Jeep. It's filthy. It hasn't been washed in a couple weeks. It's been a little neglected. It's dark out. This is the only time I've got to do this, so we're doing the best that we can. We're in the garage. Not the best lighting, but we'll have to make work. Gotta do what you gotta do when you can. But she is filthy. So let's get some soap sprayed on here. We'll get our soap measured out, which I doubt anybody in the real world would. I mean, I don't think a lot of people technically measure their soap. Leave it down in the comments if you actually measure your soap. Do you measure your soap out for your foam can in your bucket, or you just, kind of, that's enough. A little more maybe. But yeah, we'll get some soap in the cannon and get spraying. All right, so it says 4 ounces for your foam cannon. Always shake up your products. I already did that before I hit play. Actually, yes, I did hit play, guys. I didn't forget. All right. There's 2 ounces. We'll say a Griot soap is thick. It's a thicker soap. And you get a bigger bottle of it, but you use a lot more of it. But that being said, I really like this soap. Works great. Whoa. Well, that's a way to make a mess. Well, this thing was set at about 33, 34 ounces and 4 ounces of soap pushed over the top. So now we know. Note to self, filled the can up too high with water. Alright, so we're going to foam the car before we rinse it. Let it dwell, then we'll rinse it off. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and do the whole car and rinse the whole car because it is filthy. There we go. Now we got some soap. Always shake your product. I didn't stir it up very well, but it's coming out really runny. Still a little runny. maybe too much water. Now we'll let that dwell for a few minutes. Now, I need to buy me another Uberflex hose. I got one Uberflex and then one just cheap. I have to use both of them in order to get all the way out here to the garage. So like I said, we'll let that dwell for 3 to 5 minutes. Might go around and agitate a few things around the rest of the car because the whole car needs a bath. And we'll rinse it, then we'll give it a wash. Alright, so that's been sitting for about 5 minutes now. So we're just going to go around, give her a quick hose down, blast it all off, then we'll go in for the contact wash. My little shorty. You know, short guys need assistance sometimes. Okay, now that the car is completely rinsed off, it has not had the contact wash yet. Just the soap, a dwell, and the rinse. So remember this Turtle Wax back door, Griots front door. Turtle Wax and the Griots on this side has only been washed and then put on. Really no prep work. So let's see which one's holding up after 2 months. Both doing quite well. Alright. For not having a contact wash yet, in my opinion, they're actually doing pretty decent. Now this is the hood. The driver's side is Turtle Wax, passenger side is Griots. And this was fully prepped down to a polish, and then the coating's put on it. So doing better than the driver's side doors. Now the passenger side, same thing, Turtle Wax on the back, Griots on the front, and these were fully prepped as far as a polish, and then the coating's put on. So there you go. Actually, for what it is, not doing too bad in my opinion. Holding up quite well for after 2 months of nasty rain and grime and 50 miles, 50, 60 miles a day minimum. And it has not been washed in about 3 weeks. They're holding up quite nice. So let's get the contact wash on there and see what they look like after they're clean. Alright, so we got our 3-gallon Chemical Guys wash bucket with a couple ounces of Griots soap in it. There's some suds in there. That's out of their cup. Probably should have done that before we had suds, but no, I don't like to use gloves while I'm washing a car. When I'm doing everything else in detailing, absolutely. But when I'm washing, no, because the water just ends up getting inside my gloves anyways. And then it's just sitting in there. I can't wipe it off. So if I just don't use one, I can just dry my hands. Now we're going to suds the whole car down again. And we're going to use that as basically as our is you've got a 2-bucket system. Use one for soap, one for rinsing. In this case, we're going to use the foam can as the soap, so like your soap bucket, and the actual bucket of soap is like our rinse bucket. So you'll dip it in there first to rinse it off, then you'll have soap on the car. And if we need more soap on the car, you just hit the trigger and put more soap on the car. You can do one panel at a time, the front, the back, the side, the roof, do them all separately, wash it, go back, rinse it off. If you're outside and it's really hot, that's not a bad idea. But if you're just like me, look, I've still got a half thing of soap left. I can soap this thing down 2 or 3 more times. So instead of just dumping the soap back in my bucket, I spray it on the car. Alright, now that the whole car is soaped down, now I'll come back here. Now if this side just needs a little bit more soap before I start, look at that, a bit more soap on it. So I don't fully understand the 2-bucket system if you're using a foam cannon. And it's just me. I've never had a problem with my theory. I could be wrong, but first rinse after contact wash. Now both of these are really starting to take a hit. As you see, they're sheeting really slow. The Turtle Wax is still sheeting. It's taking more of a hit than the Griots. But remember, these were put on with only after a wash. Nothing prepped. Just if you washed car, dried it, and sprayed these on. Is basically how this side was put on. So 2 months, I would say, is about the limit of the non-prepped side. But 2 months for not prepped and just washing it, drying it, spraying it on, that's not bad. Alright, now let's get the hood washed. And remember, this was fully prepped, decontaminated, polished, and coatings put on. So we'll get the contact wash on it. Look, you just seen how long it took me to do that. The bugs came right off. You can see the front bumper. And it's right above it. So you imagine it's covered in bugs. Just they wiped right off. After 2 months, they literally wiped right off. So let's rinse it off. See what we got. I'm actually excited on how I like it when I see stuff do well. Alright, Turtle Wax side. It's taking a little bit of a hit. Definitely better than the doors. That was not prepped, but I'll be honest, them bugs wiped right off. So I mean, it's still sheeted a lot better than the non-prep side. I was expecting it to do a little better. Let's try the Griot side. Same thing. I'm telling you right now, both these products are acting the exact same way, and they have the whole time. One beat it a little better than the other, and the other one sheeted a little better than the other the very first week, and that was about it. After that, they've gotten very, very similar. So let's get to the doors. That was polished. Alright, now we got the bucket wash on the driver's side. That was fully prepped. away. It's the Griots. Let's slow down quite a bit too. To be honest, they're not holding up any better than the non-prep side. Turtle wax, same thing. Now, was this a professionally decontamination? Absolutely not. But I did wash it. I used some iron remover. What else did we do? We used a little bit stronger pH soap. We polished it. I just clayed it last year, so I didn't clay it. We polished it, and then we took some wax and tar remover over the whole thing. So it was way more prepped than the other side. And in my opinion, it's not doing any better. We'll go back on the other side and we'll check the non-prep side. But once again, prep side, Griots in front, turtle wax in the back. Sheeting very slowly. If you go back my other videos, you'll see how fast these just come right off. So let's go back to the non-prep side. There's some real time here. Turtle wax on the back, Griots on the front. Remember, this side was literally just washed and then the pieces put on after it was dried, or the products put on after it was dried. Turtle wax, Griots. Now, do those look like they're doing any better than the fully prepped side? The side I spent an hour and a half getting prepped and ready to put these on? No, to me, they both last about the same. So the whole Griots versus Turtle Wax is the same. I mean, as far as distance wise, so far for my testing. And all right, so we got the whole car washed, cleaned, tires scrubbed. But as much as the water behaviors was not the best, as it looked kind of flat, sheeting off slowly on both products, whether it was completely prepped or not. Everything come off with ease. Like the bugs are gone. Yeah, you got some water spots, some paint defects, but they wiped right off. They washed right off. Like I didn't have to do a whole lot of scrubbing. I see I missed a couple, but I mean they literally they just come right off. With ease. So both coatings are still protecting, I guess. I mean, it's keeping stuff from sticking to it. So I'm wondering, now the Griots 3-in-1, let's see, it can be used as a rinse aid during the drying process. Let's see, for extreme durability, apply a second coat 12-24 hours. We didn't do that. Additionally, allow 12 hours. We did that. Water, weather products, maximum durability. Also, ceramic 3-in-1 wax can be used as a rinse aid during the drying process. Simply mist onto a wet vehicle and rinse off. Which, would that help bring back the properties, the water properties, give it back the sheeting and the beading? And should I put it on there? Now, we know what it looks like right now. Like right now, this is pretty much what the whole car looks like. Now the hood and the passenger side is a slight bit better, but not a whole lot for being completely prepped and polished. And so I think I'm going to spray this on there. we know that you'll get 2 months out of the good water beating. Now it's not going to dry as easy because the water is kind of stick to it, but it's keeping bugs and stuff from sticking to it. So I think we're going to try out this mist. We're going to spray it on, then we will go from there and we'll see what it looks like, see how it changes the beads. So will this make the durability last a little longer? Possibly. But that's the good thing about this product. The Griots, you buy it, it starts fading away a little bit. You're not seeing all the great beads in the sheetings. Maybe you got the same product to boost it. The Turtle Wax, you can't do that. It is literally recommended to use as a ceramic spray. Could you spray it on there and rinse off? Possibly. Would it make it? I don't know if it hurt anything. I don't know what it would do. But this states that you can use it as rinse aid. So we're going to go around, spray the vehicle, and hopefully bring back them hydrophobics, and we'll see how long the better hydrophobics last. Does this last a week or does it not? Does it last 2 weeks? I have not. I have used it in the rinse aid. I'm not sure if I've used it in another video, but it worked out pretty well. I used it on my Mustang, and it does make it, even though the water is still beading, pretty good. This will help it just a little bit more. Alright, now let's get this rinsed off. Now it says rinse from the bottom up, so I guess that's what we'll do. Alright, so for a 2-month update on the Jeep Cherokee of the Turtle Wax versus Griots, I'd say you get 2 months out of them pretty easily. Now this was a little bit more neglected than if you washed it every couple weeks. It went roughly 3 weeks, some pretty bad weather. But everything came off super easy. It lost a lot of its hydrophobics, like it looks flat and it's sheeting really slowly on all panels, whether it was prepped better or not. And so we went ahead and we sprayed some of this 3-in-1 on it to hopefully give it back its hydrophobics, because it's still protecting, because the bugs come right off the mirrors. The bugs come right off the front end with no effort whatsoever. They just wiped off with wash mitt. So it's obviously still on the car, and because the rest of the car has got Griots on it, all the other panels and the roof, and it's all the same way. And now after spraying this on it as a rinse aid, it shined, it come out pretty good. So take one last look at it. You can see they gave it a pretty good shine, come out really clean. So, but that being said, guys, if you stuck with me for the whole video, please subscribe. Mean the world to me. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Which one do you think did better? Should I have sprayed the rinse aid on it, or should I have just went on and see how flat it gets? But to me, I'm ready to put something back on it if it's getting that flat already, just to amp it back up and get it. We're coming into the winter months, so if I can help keep the salt from sticking to it, the better, right? So that being said, we'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out. Be true to yourself, be kind to others. Remember, you only live life once, so live it to the fullest. See you guys later.